mind me, just a light sinus infection, but I'm still here to bring in the news. What up, viewers? What up? What up? Calc Soups here, and today is Friday, August 12th, and that means it's time for a quick recap of the week in video game news. Quite a lot happened this week, so let's hop right in. First off, I want to talk about a really cool new game that came out this week called Cult of the Lamb. It is a little bit of a drought, so this is kind of keeping me busy while I wait for some of the bigger games to drop. But this one looks pretty cool. Last seen at the Devolver Digital showcase. This is a roguelike game that has you also do a little bit of base building and building up a cult. I've already started playing it on my Steam Deck, in fact, not to brag or anything, but it plays really well. I don't typically like roguelikes. The thought of doing something over and over again with little gain usually keeps me from playing them and enjoying them and liking them. But with the base building aspects, that's something I really do like, and so hopefully I get kind of into a rhythm of getting a little bit used to the combat system, but then really enjoying the base buildings. I'm really looking forward to that. Let me know if you've built your cult. Real thing I want to know is what your naming convention for your cultists is and what they're going to look like. But yeah, this is a really cool kind of roguelike game for those of you who like roguelikes. And it launched this week with an 82 Metacritic. So if you're into roguelikes, you like a little bit of base building in between or something to keep you occupied in between, I think this should be right up your alley. So let me know if you pick it up. And again, what your naming convention for your cultists is and what they all look like. Looking forward to that. Nintendo's been having a lot of directs lately. The one this week was focused on Splatoon 3, launching next month in September. And this one was a long one. It was a 30-minute one. And they had quite a lot to showcase. They talked a lot about kind of the new weapons. They have a katana, I think, so you can kind of do melee attacks. A little bit different than like the roller that they used to have. They also took a little time to talk about a card game. I didn't quite get what this was, if this was like a mini game in the game or another way to compete, or you're collecting cards and building a deck and then using that to play against each other. Didn't quite get a sense of what this card game was. But I am excited for the Horde mode, which is kind of adding like kaiju bosses at the end, which looks more fun. Looks really fun. Haven't gotten too much into Splatoon, but I think this is where I could see me and my friends spending a lot of time playing some of the Horde mode stuff. So looking forward to playing that as well. They also talked about a new game mode that has 4v2v2, but I don't remember too much details beyond that. I'm curious how that's going to play. So yeah, looking forward to kind of one of the bigger releases coming out in the later half of the year, because a lot of games are being delayed. Speaking of delays, we did get confirmation that Hogwarts Legacy has been delayed out of the year, having it not be at Summer Games Fest, and I think like a lot of industry analysts, anything that isn't announced yet probably isn't coming out this year, which is probably a pretty safe bet. But Hogwarts Legacy has been delayed. It has been pushed into Q1 of next year, specifically February 10th. So for those of you looking forward to playing, running around Hogwarts in an open world RPG like I am, you'll be able to play Hogwarts Legacy on February 10th. So that was different than what they had previously stated. They'd always been sticking to their guns about holiday, but we hadn't heard from WB in quite some time about that. So curious that they finally announced it today. So one's coming fresh off the presses. Also announced today was a game I haven't seen in quite some time. I had to Google. It does have a long legacy of games, but I haven't engaged with this IP in probably about 30 years. Alone in the Dark is a very, very old classic horror game. First one came out in 1992. And I probably played it in like 94 or 5, or at least watched my brother play it. And they had a really cool kind of trailer. It looks great. The game looked really great. Looked like they're really emphasizing how good it'll look on next-gen consoles. And during the trailer, they had a little girl, always a little girl creepily singing, but this time it was House of the Rising Sun, which kind of caught my ear. So I'll probably have that stuck in my head for the rest of the weekend. But yeah, really looking forward to kind of seeing more about Alone in the Dark. It was just kind of a teaser trailer, so I don't know that I would expect this anytime soon. Maybe holiday next year, hopefully sometime around Halloween. Yeah, looking forward to Alone in the Dark. We didn't have to wait long. I think last week or 2 weeks ago, I announced that Multiverses Season 1 had been, oh God, what's the word? Indefinitely delayed. But we didn't have to wait long for them to announce when Season 1 was actually happening. So it sounds like they just pushed it a couple weeks. Season 1 is coming out next week, 8/15, August 15th. So I'm like I've said, I don't think this has anything to do with the Discovery upheaval that's been kind of going on over there. But I do jokingly think that Discovery saw the numbers also this week that Multiverses has reached 10 million downloads in just 3 weeks, which is awesome. I even got my wife to download it, so hopefully we can play in those 2v2 matches. But yeah, I'm excited for Multiverses Season 1, which comes with Morty will finally be added as a character with season 1, as well as their battle pass, and we'll get to see kind of what that is all about. So looking forward to more on Multiverses next week. So we'll probably talk about it again then, because I'm pretty excited for it. Talked a lot about Lego sets, of crazy Lego sets or crazy Lego builds. This week I saw one from Elden Ring, so not an official one, although I would love an official Elden Ring Lego, although I think the IPs kind of clash a little bit, Lego being a little bit family friendly, and Elden Ring maybe not so much. But saw a master builder build a walking mausoleum. So one of the big bell towers that you kind of see walking around in Elden Ring. Someone built one of those, and it looked awesome. So I'll have a link down below in the description for you to check that out. But I was really impressed by it, as I am with most Lego builds. So, but yeah, feel free to check that out. It looks cool. If you're looking to get all of the Resident Evil games in one fell swoop, you can look no further than the latest Humble Bundle. For $30, you can get all but one of the latest, or all but one of all of the Resident Evil games, and you'll get a 50% discount on Resident Evil Village. So not all of them for $30, but most of them for $30. It seems like a pretty good one. I have some of them on PC. I think I have some of them on PlayStation. So if I wanted to get them all in one place and potentially play some Resident Evil on my Switch on my Steam Deck, see, interchangeable, then I might actually look to buy into this bundle. And as always, Humble Bundle, all of your purchases, majority of the profits go towards charities. Something good, as well as getting a lot of putting something good out there, as well as picking up all of the Resident Evil games. Should be fun. Feel free to check that out. I'll down below. We've been promised screens and tables, and for quite some time. It's something that I grew up wanting, because I think turn of the century, like, that was the biggest piece of technology, was putting a monitor and a table. But they were always kind of prohibitively expensive. But now I saw this week that a company is putting a monitor in a desk, and it's even a standing desk, which is great. It was I believe the desk was called the Lumina Desk. It was going to run about $1,500, and it's coming in the second half of 2023. But if there's any base information that you want displayed just kind of on your desk, I think in the pictures they had like stock or something like that, if you wanted to keep it on there, or some notepad stuff. It all looked pretty cool and pretty high techy. So like a game, like most gamers, I'm also kind of a little bit of a techie. So yeah, I really liked it. I also don't have a standing desk yet, something I really want. So might bide my time until I can get a screen, and I'd be able to put stuff on there, maybe even guides while I'm playing the game on the main screen. Yeah, it really gets the wheels turning. So excited about that. But still don't have my kind of like desk that has. I think Microsoft at one point was promising the kind of desk that has it all, and I think the ideal way to use that was like you can put your D&D game kind of in this like embedded desk, or in this embedded table. But never saw that come to fruition or to consumers. So, but this Lumina Desk is going to be available for people to purchase. So that. Moving right along, everyone's favorite blue hedgehog has got to go fast and is coming to Fall Guys. So we'll see how quickly Sonic can fall in the latest Fall Guys event. We've already seen some of the Sonic levels in Fall Guys, and it looks really good. I would also love to get a Sonic character skin for my Fall Guy, which I recently got back into Fall Guys. So really excited by this kind of new event. Love to see Sonic and the whole world, and like there's even a bunch of ring games in Fall Guys, so really cool cross promotion here for both Fall Guys and Sonic. I'm excited to see that coming to Fall Guys. There's a cool game that I saw this week announced coming called Space for Sale, and it kind of the art aesthetic and the way that the planet was kind of shown, it reminded me a little bit of like a top-down strategy version of No Man's Sky. You start with like a plot of land, and you kind of have to build out your power grid. Very cool stuff. So I have that kind of new game caught my eye this week called Space for Sale. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Probably get more details. If you want any more, I'll have links down below in the description. Last but not least, keeping the delayed train going. Another strategy game that I was looking forward to has been delayed out of this year. Metal Slug Tactics, I think, was supposed to come in like just by like the skin of its teeth, and like the end of December or something like that. So that was probably going to get delayed anyway, but has been delayed into 2023, as well as Marvel's Midnight Suns. The turn-based strategy take on Marvel and their kind of darker heroes with Midnight Suns has also been delayed. So I think that was originally intended to come out in October, if I remember correctly, but now that's been delayed into 2023 as well. I don't remember if either of these had confirmed dates after the shift, but yep, 2 more games kind of falling out of Q3, Q4 of this year. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty sparse Q4, but still looking forward to some of the games, and maybe that just gives me more time to enjoy building up my cult in Cult of the Lamb. But that's all for this week. Let me know if you feel I forgot anything down below. And as always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy this content. If you do, please follow, like, and subscribe to me on YouTube and Twitch so you can see more great content like this. I'll have links down below in the description. Thanks again. I hope you have a super day. I hope you have a super weekend. And I hope you have a super day. Bye!